Good morning, everyone. I am going to start by focusing on task two of the assessment. I'm going to start with the first risk management strategy. Some of you already have done that, but I am going to do this clip for those who did not, and for those who want to supplement their answers with more information. So, the first management strategy is diversification. And as I said before, diversification is when an investor like Fred, who's the person in our case study, is investing in three different types of investments, and he's spreading the risk and not putting all his eggs in one basket. So, how can Fred manage the risk? Remember that diversification will help Fred manage the risk, and he's not going to be reliant on one single form of investment. Which means that if he has all his eggs in one basket, it's possibly that his investments will perform poorly in the long run, medium and long run. So he needs to understand that anyone that makes any investment should expect the benefits of these investments over his lifetime, over a lifetime. Again, Fred should not be reliant on one investment. And let's remember that Fred is still a young person, and he should be able to basically benefit from these investments by diversifying his portfolios. So as we say, we need some investments for the short term, investments for the medium term, and investments for the long term. So long term, like property and like KiwiSaver, okay, and that would ensure that he gets the benefits over his lifetime. Now remember that whatever I've just said, this could possibly help you in writing down the answer. And please write it in your own words. Okay. Now, the third section, which says, explain with justification the suitability of the risk management strategy. So, the justification for Fred here is that by using or implementing this strategy of diversification, he's able to manage the risk by using different investments. So, his risk for each. Managing risk means that if you are dependent on one investment, your risk is usually higher than when you have different types of investments or many investments. Of course, it also depends on the time. Fred is in his 20s. He has about 35 years till he retire. Okay. And he can grow those investments because as he goes through his lifetime, he will be able to save. He will be able to increase his term deposits and get interest on them. And if he wants to use that term deposit later on to buy property, that is doable. And remember that as he earns every month or every fortnight, he can also increase his contributions to KiwiSaver. Mortgage, if he gets a mortgage on his property, he would be able to pay it off over the life of the mortgage. Okay, other than just paying off the mortgage, he should expect an increase in capital gain. The value of that property will go up with time. Why? Because of inflation. Okay, and that would allow him to get some sort of a positive return. If there is any negative return during that time, by diversification, it allows Fred to bear or to withstand the impact of that negative external factors, recession, interest rates going up, not many buyers there. As he is in his 20s, he has 30 years, economic factors change, and that would allow him to withstand or to, even though he's getting a negative return in the short term, to get a positive return in the long term. Okay, so I would say the time period suitable for each of these three investments because they are varied, so short, medium, long, to ensure that he can benefit from these investments throughout his lifetime and have, because his retirement is in 30 years, it doesn't have to wait till he retires to get that return. Again, this is the answer or sort of indication or help with the answer for risk management strategy 1.